What's up, guys? Jacob Ober here. So I've had a night to think it over about the Packers head coaching hire, Matt LaFleur, former offensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans. If you didn't already hear the news or see my previous video, the Packers did name Matt LaFleur their new head coach for next season. So I did have some time to think this over, and the more I think about it, the more I look at LaFleur's resume, the more I actually kind of like this move by Green Bay. LaFleur is a younger offensive mind. He's 39 years old. He was the offensive coordinator for the Rams a couple years ago when they first hired Sean McVay, and that offense kind of took the next step that year. He was also the quarterback coach during RG3's rookie season when he had that really awesome year, and he was the quarterback's coach at Notre Dame when Deshaun Kaiser had a really nice season. And he was also the quarterback's coach for the Atlanta Falcons when Matt Ryan had his MVP year a couple seasons ago. So that really makes me think, I mean, he's obviously pretty good with quarterbacks, and what do the Packers need to do right now? They need to figure out a way to have Aaron Rodgers get back to his old self. So if anyone would be able to do that, maybe it would be this guy, a guy who has a very successful pedigree in terms of working with quarterbacks and helping them get to their full potential. So the more I think about it, the more I like it. And by the way, I mean, him and Sean McVay were working together at a time under, I believe it was Mike Shanahan, and they are both part of the Shanahan coaching tree. So that's another positive. And also, I've been very vocal about wanting to keep Mike Pettin on board on the staff. And according to reports, LaFleur he wants to keep Pettin, and Pettin was actually one of the guys on his list to keep over the transition. So the more I think about it, the more I really like it. And you know what? I mean, he might be exactly what the Packers need. And the more I think about the McDaniels and Gase thing, the more I think about, you know what, those might have been more risky than this one. I mean, it's pretty complicated, but I mean, I think the Packers might actually have something in LaFleur. Obviously, nobody really knows for sure at this point. And we're not really going to know until at least probably at the very earliest the end of next season whether or not this was a good hire. But there's certainly reason for optimism, and I certainly have a much better outlook on this hire than I did last night. I think it was more kind of the shock factor of, because I was pretty certain that the Packers were going to get either Gase or McDaniels, one of the two. If they didn't, I was like, I just didn't really know who else there was. And I was about at least 85-90% sure the Packers were going to get McDaniels. I mean, all signs pointed to that, but the Packers went with LaFleur, and I think I was a little bit disappointed and also shocked at the time. But the more I think about it, the more I think, I think this might be a good hire. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to let it play out. Hopefully the Packers can return back to prominence next season under LaFleur. And like I said, I mean, this has to be the right hire, though. I hope that Murphy is confident, and I still think that they should have taken a little more time to think this over. But, I mean, if they think this is the guy, then, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go.